Ready to go?
Ready.
All right, welcome to your 31.5-foot front bump fifth wheel Jayco. Let's do your virtual walk around. We're going to start with the exterior because there's not a lot to it. Then we'll get inside. You have a full awning, power, no manual awning, running in and out. If it gets to raining outside, I would highly advise you to run it in. There's no sense in having it out in a big rainstorm. You come back or get up the next morning and your awning's ripped off. Triple step, new door lock. Your other door lock was not working, so we put a brand new door lock on it for you. We put a new gas piston on the door so the door didn't slam against your awning. You got your fresh water tank. That's for your potable water that you'll carry with you if you're going to a campground with no water supply. Underneath here, you'll notice we have low point drains. This one drains your water tank. Those two are overflow, so when your fresh tank gets full, water will come out of that. It's not unusual to have a few drips after you fill your tank until it gets down a little bit below where the overflow is. Perfectly fine. It's your battery compartment. Your battery that you had in here was not really great, so we put a brand new deep cycle maintenance-free battery in it for you. It will get charged when you're plugged into shore power. It will get charged while you're pulling this with your truck. It has a 30 amp fuse that's connected to your power supply. No maintenance. It's almost a shut the door and forget about it. Clearance light. 110 volt receptacles. Out here, if you set your TV up on a stand out here, you have antenna, cable, audio, and video. You have a stove vent for your overhead stove range, 2 exterior speakers, and an exterior porch light. We come over to this area. We have 2 of your appliances right here. This is the intake and the exhaust for your furnace. If you have young children and this furnace has been running, caution them against touching it because it will burn them. Not seriously, but it will burn them. This is the back of your refrigerator. There's absolutely nothing back here for you. This is all for the service guys. This refrigerator will run on gas or electric. We'll go more about the controls once we get back inside the unit. Access to your plumbing in the shower if we have to change it out. Wheels, tires. You go an outside barbecue pit, it'll hook on out here. Hot water heater. This also gets hot, just like it says. It's hard to see, but it does say hot. Okay, this water heater works on gas or electric. The prior owner took the drain plug out and he put a petcock in here. Just open and close it from right here. Right now we have the water system drained for your safety in case we catch a late spring freeze. Your spare tire to crank your spare tire down. Also your rear stabilizer jacks. We do have the fitting and the adapter for your power drill at your request. It's put inside the unit. We will see that when we get in there. Rear to your unit, you have square tube sewer hose bumper. You have pull-out storage here. You got these little clips one on each side. Now you can pull this out. Put your bicycles, coolers, stuff like that in. Don't overload it, because all you're going to do is cause it to bend and not want to slide in and out freely. So now, it's going in and out freely. Also, you want to make sure that you lubricate that occasionally, because it's going to collect a lot of dirt back here and a lot of dust from the car or the truck pulling this thing. All right, your roof up top. Jayco makes a solid roof. So you do just about whatever you want on the roof. naturally you don't want to stand on top of your roof vents or your air conditioners. Once a year, get up on your roof and check your roof seals. If you see cracks or little holes in your sealant, you don't have to worry about it. You just get some self-leveling Dicor sealant and seal it. Wash your roof occasionally. You don't want the rubber membrane to go bad on you. Satellite input, cable TV input, 30 amp service cord. You have your jack on this side of the unit and your slide out rams. This gentleman lubricated. As you can see, the lubrication is still fresh. He used white lithium grease. You can use white lithium grease, slide out lubricant, silicone, WD-40. You just want to keep them lubed. Storage compartment with a storage door keeper. Your storage compartments, as on any RV, takes the good old standard 751 key. Been around forever. This side, you have your sewage drain. You have a black water and a gray water tank. Both of them are located right here. Now, when you're at an RV park and you're hooked your sewer hose adapter up to this, you have your sewer hose running into the sewer. Pull your gray water valve open. Let your sink, your shower, and your wash water just flow on out of the unit. Do not leave the black water open. If you leave the black water tank open, what will happen is, and there's no nice way to put this, the liquid will come out, but the solids will form a pyramid underneath the toilet. And I have seen it go, people do that, and it goes all the way up to the toilet, and then you got to unclog it. So what you do is you leave it shut, and you look at the monitor panel. When it says you have 1/3 to 2/3 of the tank of black water, come out here, pull it, and let all that volume push everything out, because by then your enzymes, your toilet chemicals will help digest the waste and the tissues. That way it'll keep it fresh. Always, when possible, flush your tank out. Throw some fresh water in it, flush it out. If you don't keep it clean, the probes will read wrong. City water. If you're not on the pump and potable water, that's your city water. This is your flush for the black water tank. It'll flush the black water tank out. Only flush it when you're connected to a sewer with the valve open. You don't want to leave the valve closed because it will build pressure up in that tank. So make sure the black water valve is open, hook the hose up to this, and it gets a swirling action in the tank. It'll help keep your tank nice and clean. Exterior shower. Again, it takes a good old 751 key, hot and cold, out here. This is your second slide out, pretty much the same as the first. Now underneath here, it's kind of hard to get to with the slide out, but we're gonna make do. You have the other gray water tank. You have two gray waters, one more or less for the front end of the coach, anything that's up in here. The second gray water is for the rear of the coach. So when you dump those two tanks, don't forget to dump your third, because we've had people before come in and say they can't get any, their tanks won't drain. The faucets are all, their sinks are all clogged up. Most of the time, it's they forgot the third valve. So just remember, third valve, it all drains out at the same location. We're going to go to the front of the coach. Landing lane controllers, retract, extend. You got a little level here. You got a level in the front, so you kind of do it as you want. Your landing legs have pins. Now, what we recommend is when you take this off your truck, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 holes. That way it gives you more lift and deflection on your legs. Your propane tanks are both full, with the exception of what I use to test propane in your system. You have 7 gallons and 7 gallons. Your automatic changeover regulator. Right now, under this cap, you'll see a little green band. That's arrows pointed at this tank, so it tells me I'm running off this tank. But when you go camping, you want to open both tanks. That way, if you're in the middle of the night and it's cold out, or if you're out fishing all day and you've got the refrigerator on gas, if this tank gets empty, it'll automatically start pulling propane out of the second tank. That way, you're not going to wind up in a bad shape. What you'll notice then is when you come back, you'll see instead of a green band here, that band will turn red. You just go, okay, it's pointed at this tank, it's red, so this tank is empty. So even though we're already using automatically off of this tank, you just flip this over, take this tank off, you go have it filled at the campground or wherever you get your tanks filled. This compartment here, we have two things for you in here. You got some furnace ducts, so when you're storing stuff in here, don't just cram it full. You have manual for your landing stabilizers in the back. This one we need to walk over here about and take a look at. Let's go right over here. Now, if something happens and your electric landing legs go bad, you have a manual crank. Just put it in. You need a little flashlight. What I tell people to do is get your phone out. Turn your flashlight on. You can look back in here. And if you look over the top of that, you can see that little... Let's see if you can get with your phone.
Yeah.
There's a little half moon in there. Okay? That's the half moon that will fit this. Then you manually crank them up and down. And it takes a little bike like forever to do it because they're just low geared. Okay. It also takes a 751 key to lock it. Okay. You have your standard 7-way power cord. Been in the RV industry forever. You have a breakaway switch. Been in the RV system forever. Most people will store them up here when not in use and not towing. That way it kind of keeps the moisture out of the end of your plug. Standard pin box and a mirror to kind of help you get an idea where you're at when you're backing in. Around this side on your awning arms, every now and then take a little WD-40, or I use spray silicone myself, and lubricate these. And it'll make them go a lot smoother. Okay, your steps just fold up onto themselves. Just like that. Now you'll notice the longer you have this, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to fold it up. That's because all these little pivot points will get dirt in them. Dirt and grime. WD-40 spray silicone works just fine. It's pretty much the exterior unit. Let's go around, let's go inside.